They say everything's bigger in Texas. Turns out everything and everyone looks like good old JR. Cowboy hats, beer, barbecue sauce, rattlesnakes, scorpions, all that good stuff. Eric Bischoff's on the hunt for Stone Cold Steve Austin's house. You think, considering the guy has been in the company for like the past 6 years, 7 years, I know he's left in the mid-2002, you think they would know where he lives, wouldn't you? But that would make for a good storyline if he just typed it into the GPS. He has to go searching around Texas. Good old Texas.
Yeah, what surprised me was Bischoff actually went to what he believed to be Austin's house, and it was some guy who knew Austin, but said Austin wasn't home right now. It's like, who the hell was this guy?
This is Derry. I don't know, who is this guy? He looked pretty old. He looked like JR.
That made more sense if Deborah answered the door.
I'm pretty sure Deborah at this stage is divorced. It's charge a battery.
That's true, actually.
I mean, if she answered the door, it'd probably be
maybe the basement door or something, the cellar door, you know.
Sporting two black eyes or something. Anyway, right. We've got Bischoff. He's trying to reach Chief Morley. Morley's in charge of Raw for the night. But Bischoff's like in the middle of the fucking desert here. The middle of the Texas desert, damn it. I like this. You know, it's something different. As touched upon off camera. Could Adam Pearce make this work? Not a fucking chance. Adam Pearce would stick it like a sore thumb, man. Guy absolutely sucks. And talking of absolutely sucks, Test and Stacey Keibler kick off Monday Night Raw. A wee segment here with these two, Christian and Jericho. I didn't dig this. I thought this was quite pish.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I didn't like it.
Right, Test says that Stacey is more forgiving than him, and if Jericho doesn't come out and apologise, he's going to kick his ass. Jericho comes out, he's got a new Don't Be an Ass Clown t-shirt. Jericho says, look, there's more important things to worry about tonight than some dumb apology, like his number one contenders match. And Jericho says he's got over it, and Test should do the same. I mean, I agree. See if it's an accident, then why do you need to apologise?
Yeah, I think Jericho's work and Christian's work's fine. I mean, Stacey didn't really do much, to be honest, but it's like Test. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, it just came across as fucking a bit lame to me.
Yeah, Test gives Jericho a 5 count to come to the ring, but by the count of 5, it's Christian that sneaks up, attacks Test. Stacey gets knocked over. Looks like she bounced her head off the audio speakers in the corner, so don't know if that was intended or not. Christian then goes to beat up Stacey, but Test gets up and beats up Christian while Jericho, like, he's like, screw this shit, don't want none of this, and he heads to the back. So that's it, really. Test and Stacey leave the arena and go back to the hotel, and the King's like, yeah, get Stacey out of harm's way. What was the point of bringing her to the show then, really?
Yeah, it's just a bit cringe. Like, Test talking the good game.
Why not just come yourself, Test?
And then, like, no, but the way he floored the arena, it was as if, like, Christian and Jericho were fucking hunting them down with, like, you know, shot-off shotguns or something. Wasn't going down that way, but anyway, they flee. Backstage, we've got Kane, Rob Van Dam, Chief Morley. Chief Morley's like, it was good that you two had a wee bit of a problem last week, you know, retreating masks and all that good stuff, Kane. How about you take each other on tonight in a singles match? Who will win? We'll have to wait and see. But we've got the Dudley Boys against 3 Minute Warning, who've got a brand new theme song, brand new gear. I'm wondering where's Rico. Turns out Rico's the referee, is what Chief Morley's twisting the knife into the big stomach of Bubba Ray. Would definitely get lost in there. They end up losing, the Dudleys, because of course Rico's not going to count the 1, 2, 3. I think at this stage, 3 Minute Warning, the 3 minutes are up. It's time to say sayonara.
Well, I tell you what, there may be 3 minute warning, but it certainly wasn't a 3 second pinfall, that's for sure. One of the fastest counts I've ever seen for Rico. But don't worry, Spike Dudley comes out, evens up the numbers. Bubba then puts Rico through a table. And, I mean, that seems like the obvious step here. 6-man tag team table match, similar to Survivor Series, but...
Yeah, but that was like 3 months ago. We're in February. That was in November. We've not moved on for that.
I know, but you know what? You're getting the real Dudleys now, aren't you? Instead of the Dudleys, the fake Dudleys and Jeff Hardy. So,
yep.
I'm all for having that match and put it to the back of the line or whatever. Texas, we have Bischoff, limo driver. They're trying to discuss how to get to Austin's house. So we got that. Bischoff just desperate to find Austin. We then get Triple H coming out to interrupt Tommy Dreamer. Dreamer wanted a match. He ain't getting a match, and Triple H attacks Dreamer. And then says, this is the greatest evolution you'll ever see. Ric Flair, the greatest of all time, a living legend. Triple H then talks about himself, saying how he's the best and all this stuff. He's the current man. He's the game. Nobody wants to play him. Then he talks about Batista and his power and his potential, and then he puts over Randy Orton, saying he's second generation and the wrestling flows through his veins. He's got wrestling blood in him, and that was Triple H then saying that this is Evolution. So, yeah, I mean, decent promo, not great, but I mean, it was alright. Triple H basically here confirming that they are now an official group.
Right, seeing I've seen this promo like a million years ago, who would have thought that Tommy Dreamer was the guy to actually kick it off? And I predict it, when the Evolution came out, was Tommy Dreamer going to get one bit of offense in? No, he goes for a swing, misses, goes for another swing, gets speared into oblivion by Batista, then it's a beatdown. Yeah, I like Evolution. We said earlier, like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, on this timeline, it was like the prototype, the beta version of Evolution. This is the real Evolution. So yeah, I'm enjoying Evolution so far. Ric Flair needed it. Triple H needed it. I think they were beginning to get a bit stale with just the two of them after Ric Flair got regenerated, brother. But yeah, a bit of young blood in there, and they're going up to the box seats where they're partying like the Horsemen. Oops, I mean Evolution. We dig there for the online world of wrestling. They really hate Triple H and his big nose, don't they?
Yeah.
They've got a hard-on for him. I mean, the Reign of Terror's not the greatest thing of all time, but what do they want for Triple H?
You know what it is? The online world of wrestling, at the time, they're burying Triple H, but I mean, I've got no doubt that right now, online world of wrestling have their nose jammed up Triple H's arse crack.
Absolutely. Talking of big things, we've got the Scott Steiner, we got the muscles. Terry asked Steiner what's he going to do about Chris Jericho. Sounds like Hulk Hogan here, but then he flexes his biceps. Oh, how they've always helped me. They always take care of business. My money is on Scott Steiner to win tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But the limo in Texas pulls up outside Scott Steiner's house. Well, at least Bischoff thinks it's Scott Steiner's house. Some old guy answers the door. Sounds like JR. Kind of looks like JR. He tells him you'll find Austin in the Longhorn Saloon in town. You can just picture this saloon. It's got the old saloon doors that they used to have in the cowboy movies. But yeah, Bischoff running around like a fucking loser trying to get Austin while Stephanie just made a phone call and the Hulkster and Rock appeared.
Yeah, Bischoff having to get Austin the hard way. SmackDown getting two of the biggest stars of all time the easy way.
Yeah, I mean...
Doesn't seem like a fair trade.
It almost seemed... Like, obviously, it's all scripted. Oh, lo and behold, it's scripted. What do you mean, Fog Wrestling? But it actually looks like, from the outside in, it was real. It looks like McMahon's trying to, like, purposely, make his daughter look good by getting Rock and Hogan on his show while Bischoff can't even get fucking Austin back, even though I know McMahon's obviously going against Hogan. But it's up next. Non-title match. Victoria taking on Molly Holly. Victoria picks up the win. Jazz comes out. Jazz just bores me, man. I'll be perfectly honest. Starts like beating up Molly Holly. Victoria then tries to stop Jazz. They start looking at each other because, oh, you're beating her up, but I want to beat her up. And then bloody Steven Richards gets into the ring. They all look at each other. Jazz then shoves Victoria down. DDT's Molly Holly. So yeah, is Jazz eliminating all the competition to get to Victoria? It looks so. Victoria against Jazz is just a match that doesn't fucking interest me.
No.
Mainly because Jazz is in it.
Yeah, well, I think you could argue Jazz against anybody doesn't really interest you, but I mean, I guess with Trish you've got the baby face or whatever, so it's like, but yeah, I mean, I've just never really liked Jazz.
No.
I remember when she first debuted it and you had Paul Heyman trying to make a big deal about how she's this powerhouse, how she was so dominant, but I just don't think people really give a shit about Jazz. In my opinion, I've never cared about Jazz. I look at this era of wrestling and I'm thinking about the females that were in this era, and Jazz would have to be one of my least favourite, just one that I just never cared about. When I compare everyone else, in terms of the ones that were wrestling, it's just never really took an interest in Jazz.
No, never did. Just too fucking boring. She would suit this current era where you can't be...
she would thrive. I mean, Jazz, I'm sure she'd love to wrestle Shayna Baszler and Natalya and Zoe Stark. I mean, she'd be great in this current era, but in this era in 2003, when you need it more than just be a fucking wrestler, she didn't have it.
But see, I like Paul Heyman. I think some of his decisions in the past have been great, but he whips her out of 2001 Survivor Series. He probably thinks McMahon did Jazz dirty by not really pushing her for like the foreseeable future. Like, see putting the belt on Punk at the Chamber in '06, that makes sense to me. It does. See fucking trying to push this boring bastard Jazz doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Goldust and Booker T.
It's a risk though, that Punk thing.
It's a risk.
And sometimes you need to take risks, but I can understand why McMahon shot that down.
Goldust tells Booker T he needs to take a risk. Forget about this gay little tag team.
Let's be honest. Can you see why McMahon would want to go with Bobby Lashley over Punk?
Yeah. No, I can, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley's the big guy. The almost tested sort of guy. Groomed him.
Look at Bobby Lashley, right? When he's standing in the ring with Cena and Batista and Taker's picking his opponent. He doesn't look out of place.
No. But
you can't tell me that CM Punk wouldn't have looked out of place.
He would have looked out of place, but Goldust thinks he looks out of place in the main event scene, so he tells Booker to dig it up there. If we don't win the tag titles, you can go your own way. We then cut to the box seats. We've got Evolution. Damn it, this is what Online World of Wrestling says. Batista and Orton sneak a peek up the waitress's dress like they were 12 years old. So, are Batista and Orton the 12-year-olds, or the waitress 12-year-old? Obviously, but they're trying to imply that Batista and Orton are the 12-year-olds. But yeah, we've got Evolution Party in here.
This is Online World of Wrestling. We're getting something that isn't in ring. We're getting something that's a little bit Oh, look at that. There's grown men liking hot, attractive women. Let's bash it. And that's all that this is.
Yeah, and it's pathetic. We want flippy dippy wrestling. Like, even back, it's fucking bizarre. This guy's been spouting this pish since we've started these reviews. It's bizarre to me that even back in 2002, you had these sad little fucking men on their Windows Vista, whatever the fuck you called it back then, typing away like losers.
It's just mad though that when wrestling was good, people still wanted to watch Ring of Honor and shit over WWE.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre, but the bizarre one is out next with Booker T taking on Lance Storm and Willie Regal. Lance Storm shoves Goldust into Booker T, which allows Storm to pick up the victory, and then Booker T kind of does like a goodbye message to Goldust. Then they embrace in the ring. Good wee moment. Is this the end of the team though? Like, officially?
Well, right now it is, because Goldust is leaving. He's done.
He's leaving, but Bischoff can't leave Texas. He arrives. Instead of ordering, like, whiskey or beer, he starts ordering all these wussy drinks.
Gay drinks?
I can't... What was he ordering? Like sex on the beach or something?
It was like a cocktail or something like that.
Would Bischoff really drink cocktail? I think it's just to make him look pathetic. No, I don't get right. I think there's this thing in like American culture where it's like Texans are like, oh, these hard lads that drink all this beer. But seeing like the UK, it's just like that's what people would just drink fucking anyway. I don't think so.
No, people in the UK just drink like.
Yeah, it's like...
No, see, nobody in the UK thinks they're tough for drinking. It's just like a culture thing, you drink. But in America, like with Texas, is almost like, yeah, we can drink beer. We're tough. It's like...
Yeah, no, you always see the memes where like Americans, they come to Britain or like Germany and they're like, why are they drinking at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon? But it's like, that's
what they do.
I don't know, Americans are weird, man, anyway.
Well, it's not what they all... That's what the wasters do, I guess.
Yeah, but even then... But it's normal on a Saturday for people to be drinking at that time.
Even people on their lunch break maybe go to the... I don't know, drinking's just a big thing in the UK.
Yeah, but in Texas, like, Bischoff's made it to be this fucking, like, alien. But it's just weird. Anyway, he says, I'm looking for Stone Cold Steve Austin. He points to this picture. The bartender's like, yeah, I took a picture with Stone Cold Steve Austin. He went to the Silver Dollar or something. So Bischoff gets up and leaves. He takes the beer with him. Anyway, we've got Kane versus Rob Van Dam. The match doesn't go very long because out comes Jeff Meth Hardy. He runs down, he causes a disqualification. He slaps Kane across the fucking face. Then he gets hit with a choke slam and a frog splash. And then Kane and RVD leave. So, kind of a bit pointless, but yeah, pretty funny. Booker T is then walking around looking for Goldust. And then Earl Hebner tells him that he went to his hotel room. Is Booker T going to bum Goldust? Hopefully not on this television screen tonight. Out comes Shawn Michaels, pretty much tells Jeff Hardy, here, I used to do drugs like you as well. But yeah, you're wasted potential.
You can turn your life around, man.
Then he says, 15 years ago, I put my tag team partner through a glass window. It's like,
I honestly didn't think it was like 88 he done that.
Maybe he got it off by a few years, but it must be roughly around then. It's like, how long did the Rockers last?
I'd have thought it was 90, did it?
Yeah, Jeff says, right, I'll change, and then Jeff just gets fucking hit with the sweet chin music. Good night! Thought it was a pretty decent segment, even if it was weird.
It was weird. I don't really know what they're doing with Jeff Hardy. It's almost like, I don't know, they don't know what they're doing with him, or they're punishing him, or... But yeah, this Jeff Hardy just... It's mental how this guy's declined since that ladder match against Taker.
Absolutely, but are you down with the Brown? Because it's Maven taking on D'Lo Brown, damn it, D'Lo Brown.
I wonder if Theodore was conflicted here, because this was two brown men.
It was, but D'Lo...
The darker meat.
He's slightly a bit dark, he's a bit more well done. Terry Long, then wouldn't
If
allow...
D'Lo's pepperoni, would Maven be salami?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we'll let the white referee raise D'Lo's hand. Oh, you can't say that, that's racist. Well, it's fucking great, that's what it is.
Well, unfortunately, there's no black referees, because Theodore Long hanged up the zebra shirt to be a racist, so it's like...
Black supremacist?
If
you ain't down with the Brown... He tries to get the crowd to chant it, but I don't know where we were tonight, but they weren't. I think we were in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and they couldn't get a down with the Brown chant.
It's funny, like, because they kind of are brown, but, I mean, technically it's black. But brown sounds better.
Brown does sound
Are you down with the brown?
But the opposite of down is up. And Evolution are still in their box seats. Triple H points to the ring. Steiner Jericho is next. He then asks Batista and Orton, you know what to do? And they say, yes, we do. Then out comes Bischoff. Well, not out. He's at the Silver Dollar. He asks the bartender, where's Steiner? Then this young guy starts laughing at Bischoff. He's like, you know what? It is really fucking funny. And then he just grabs a beer mug and smashes over his head and then leaves. So apparently, this guy was actually Jake Fox of the Texas Wrestling Academy. Who gives a rat's ass, man?
And will this guy achieve anything in the business? Will he become a breakout star? Probably not.
I get what they're going for, right? Oh, Bischoff's like, you know, he can't get Austin. He's struggling, man. He's depressed. He's feeling nervous. He can't get the deal over the line, so he's feeling threatened. That's why he smashed this guy. But I don't know, man. Like, how many weeks in a row can we promise Stone Cold and no fucking get him?
I'm gonna have to wait till No Way Out by the looks of things.
It looks that way. Orton and Batista are searching backstage for Scott Steiner. They then beat up Goldust and throw him into an electrical box, and he just gets absolutely burnt to a crisp. Earl Hebner said he went to his hotel room. So what a lie that was.
Earl, what you doing?
What you doing? Then we had Scott Steiner against Chris Jericho.
Well, this was a good scene though, because what I liked about it is after the explosion, the lights were out in the arena, so it was like realistic.
No, it was realistic. But
Goldust getting electrocuted.
Was it good that the lights were out for Steiner Jericho? I thought the match was alright.
I mean, it was alright, but then it ended with just like a normal move off the top. And I'm not saying top rope moves shouldn't end it, but I mean, I wasn't expecting the move that Steiner did. I think if Steiner beats like a Stevie Richards with this, it's fine.
I think this match
not so much a Jericho.
I think this match just proves that Jericho's just a better worker than Triple H. When you actually compare the two.
Aye. Well, I mean, would anyone deny that?
No, I'm just saying proves, you know. But yeah, Steiner's new number one contender. He points up at the box seats, and you're thinking something's going to happen with Evolution, but it just doesn't. So what? It turns out Batista and Orton were going to batter Steiner, but then they stopped because Goldust got electrocuted. Alright, Chief Morley's trying to get on the phone with Bischoff, but he's no answering. But then
they stopped because they were looking for Steiner, but they found Goldust instead.
Aye, so what? Yeah, but Steiner's out in the ring.
Well, they can't really. I know, but if they attack him then, and then he's getting the match, isn't he? Disqualifications.
After the match then, anyway, Vince McMahon, who could have, hopefully should have appeared a couple of hours prior, appears about 5 seconds ago and says, if you don't deliver on your wee buddy Bischoff, you'll hear the words, you're fired.
I mean, it's cool to get McMahon, but like, could we not have got him earlier in the show?
It's good continuity, right? And, you know, it gets you a reason to tune in. Like, they're properly going home with this whole story about Bischoff needing to deliver. And it's better than just ending with, like, Steiner doing that move off the top. But it just left you wanting a bit more. It kind of felt flat, even if it was a good ending for the story. Anyway, that's it for Raw. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
I think 7's fair. It wasn't the greatest Raw, but it was a good Raw. But yeah, I mean, I think that, I don't know, Raw, it's been a while since I think we've seen a great Raw.
Yep, I agree. I think when Austin comes back, Mania build, The Rock versus Austin build on Raw Hurricane, all that stuff. I'm expecting good Raws then.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the Royal Rumble itself, I do think that it's not been poor, but I think we've just seen decent, good stuff. We haven't really seen, outside of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I don't think we've seen a lot of great stuff. Even on SmackDown as well, they haven't really been doing too much on that, especially with Brock Lesnar, who's the Royal Rumble winner. I'd expect more, but we're not really getting more.
Absolutely, but that's 2
We're getting
7s.
less.
Up next, we got SmackDown, the Hulkster, set to return. So until next time, peace.